with Latha Venkatesh is a conversation with Filippo Gori, the head of sales and marketing for the Asia-Pacific region at JP Morgan.
I don't think we have seen actually a tapering. If anything, money has started to come possibly in February, possibly a little bit later, and I would say that in the last couple of weeks, with the idea of a hike of the Fed possibly out of the way in September, this has been beneficial again from an EM carry standpoint. So I think a positive EM trend will remain for the rest of the year.
Okay. Only over the last 3 or 4 days, we have seen foreign money into India get negative. Of course, this is a day-on-day comparison, very short term. Should we worry that investors are resisting 8,900 Nifty levels, or will this pass?
Personally, I don't think we should be worried at all. I think it's just sometimes we read too much into short-term data. I mean, Jamie is a master of saying we always need to look at long-term, etc. I think the perspective for India are incredible. The demographics are superb. One of the reasons why we want to invest in the region is because we believe in the demographics and we believe in what the current government is doing. We are opening branches, etc. So we remain super positive. Personally, I'd never look too much at short-term data to see where the business is going in the region.
The Indian currency has been among the stablest.
Yes.
And in the process, it has become stronger than many of our trading partners. There is a strong move on the part of the Commerce Ministry and exporting community to ask for a devaluation of the currency. How would you react to that?
First of all, I come from a country, I'm Italian, I come from a country that used to have what we called that competitive devaluation.
Yes.
Back in the 80s and early 90s, and sometimes I feel from what I saw in Italy is a short-term fix. You think you can do something, definitely you help exports, but you import all sorts of problems that will take longer to develop. I think one of the major things that is going on in India at the moment is the deleveraging of the banking sector, and some of the changes that the banking regulators and the RBI have put in place will create an opportunity for the banks to deleverage. I think a good positive sentiment in that sense overall on the country is important for that deleverage process. You need foreign investors to help out in that process, and devaluing currency is something that foreign investors don't like. It's difficult to hedge, and it creates all sorts of problems. Now, if from 67 we are talking about 70, I think it's, in the big scheme of things, it's kind of, it's okay. But if from 67 we are talking about larger devaluation, then I think that could hurt some of the confidence from the foreign investors. And as you said, the Indian rupee has been one of the most stable, and that has contributed to the foreign investors coming into India.
We have seen, of course, on government bonds, on sovereign, the limit allowed for FIIs is full, but there is space available in corporate credit.
Yes.
Do you see India receiving a lot of FII debt funds?
So corporate credit has been traditionally one of the areas where a lot of foreign banks have been looking at. I think it's something that they will develop further, especially some of the new securitization laws will help that. We need to look at it in the global context also of the overall investment banking competition, where some competitors are scaling back. So I think it's an opportunity, but it will take longer to develop than people might expect.
Well, the Nifty is swinging around actually at the half